Now then, hope you're all well. Welcome along to my first live on this channel. And I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I figured it's probably a good time to do it. Obviously, if you've been following the channel, you'll see that together we've gone through a big landmark, getting 1,000 subscribers and becoming monetized, which is down to all of your support. So I figured it was a good time to talk about the channel, good time to talk about where I'm going to be going in terms of places in the future. Currently, the videos, the long form videos, are around the cruise on the Hortin ship in Norway, but there's more to come in Norway, and there's a few other places that I'm going to be going in the future. So I thought that was worth talking about. And then right at the end of this, I have one sort of part of travel that I think I'm okay at travel. I'm pretty good. I can see problems and deal with them. But there is one thing every time I go on holiday, I hate this moment that when I get to where I'm going on holiday and I have to do this, I just feel like I'm being fleeced. And I think I need your help to try and see if there's a better way to do things when I get on holiday. It's happened to me 3 times at least in the last year that I've gone somewhere and I've left like I'm feeling that I'm being fleeced. So hang fire for that. I'll definitely be after your help. But I first sort of thought I'd talk about the channel itself and reaching monetization. So if you have a look on the details on the channel, I think if I remember rightly, it's about 2013 it started. But the truth is I didn't really go in for YouTube very much. I put up a few videos, and if you look at it now, there's only one that survives, a video about my granddad that I filmed a long time ago, and it just stayed there. And then, like a lot of people coming out of COVID, I wanted to do something different. Therefore, I wanted to do the channel. So I started in earnest in 2022 in August. And look, thanks to all of you, whether you've watched a video, whether you've liked a video, you've disliked a video, you've commented on a video, all the ways, and of course, subscribe. We've got to the stage of monetization about 2 weeks ago today, I think it was. And I will do a video later on the channel when I've done this for a while, when it's sort of been monetized for a while, and I'll try and give you the heads up of exactly how much I make from the channel. And the only thing I would say is all the money that I do make from the channel, it goes directly back into it. It's certainly not at this stage anything other than it's being fully invested in sort of trying to produce the best videos for you to see. So moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit about the series that I'm currently doing on the Hortin ship that left Bergen and went all the way up to Kirkenes on the Norwegian-Russian border, and then came all the way back down to Trondheim. We're getting towards the end of the series now. I've just been editing today the penultimate film, which is sort of going to be a pull together of everything with lots of footage I haven't used of some of the stops in some of the smaller places. I also went up on a chance to sort of go and have a look around the bridge, the captain, on the ship, which I thought it was good, but I think it could have been a lot better with a few little changes. But yeah, so you may well have seen, if you haven't, the videos are on the channel. I started off flying from the UK. I've done a video about that. Then having a look around Bergen, which is a beautiful city to have a look around, quite small, but certainly beautiful. Then Ålesund and the Geiranger Fjord, heading up to Trondheim, going up to Bodø, the Solstrand, which I was a little underwhelmed with, through the Arctic Circle and getting the ice baptism, up to Tromsø, to the North Cape, and then to Kirkenes, and then circling back down and doing some different places like the Lofoten Islands both ways, which were stunning. And that's my current video on the channel if you have a chance to have a look at that. I just thought it was one of the most beautiful places I've probably ever been in the world. And then that's sort of is continuing now. I've got one more video I'm sort of losing track of this, but one more video next week on how much this has all cost me, then the long form video, and taking a real sort of long look at the whole of the trip, and then a little bit more with that. And then this was all filmed back in July. I think that's right. Yeah, July. And after that, I went on a bit of a road trip down the Atlantic coast, which I know probably a lot of you have thought about doing. I did that, went on the railway, the Flam Railway, and all of those videos will be up on the channel in the next few weeks, and should take us through to sort of mid to late November with them. And then after that, I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm hoping to go and do a film sort of Christmas related. I'm hoping to go to Copenhagen, to Tivoli. You may well have seen it before. It's quite well known, a large park in the center of Copenhagen. And it's supposed to be, and I've never been, even though I've been to Copenhagen for the best part of the whole of my life, which, trust me, is a long time, to basically go and see Tivoli and to see what it's like, especially at Christmas. So that video will go up. And then after that, I've just been to the Baltic states doing some filming. You may well have seen on the channel, I did a little live from there, and it is available and you can see it when I went to the Russian border. But I went to Lithuania, to Vilnius, and to the Hill of Crosses, to Riga in Latvia, and then up into Estonia, to Tartu, to Narva, which is right on the Russian border, and then across to Tallinn in Estonia. Had a look around there, and also took the ferry, which I have to say was one of the best ferries that I have. I think I've probably ever taken. It's one of the most impressive ones from Tallinn all the way up to Helsinki and back. It's only like a couple of hours on a ferry, and had a look around that. Those videos will be going up around the turn of the year, and I think they'll hopefully you'll really enjoy them, taking a look around that sort of part of the Baltic states. And then the final bit, really, of what's to come. I don't know quite what I'm going to do. I'm going to go somewhere in December, and probably somewhere in March. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know. Put some comments on the videos, even if you're watching this back in the future and you just when it's been sort of saved. And if you have some ideas of places to go, I'd really appreciate it if you'd put it in the comments over here. And speaking of which, if you are watching this in sort of the recorded version after I did it, stick me a message saying late connection. I'll try and give you a shout out when I do the next live on this channel. I'm not sure when that will be, but when I do the next live on this channel. So then the sort of the next thing I wanted to really talk about is something that has bugged me for a long time, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm going to start watching a lot of YouTube videos about this, but I find it is probably the hardest thing when I go traveling. The thing that I always walk away feeling, even if it's gone really, really well, I feel like I've been fleeced, and that is hire cars or rental cars. It's like in the last year, I've had 3 incidents where you sort of walk away and you think, have I been fleeced? Have I ended up on the wrong end of a deal? So, I mean, one example was that when I was in the Azores, I hired a car, and there they won't accept credit cards, and you have to. They wouldn't accept certain credit cards, the ones that I use. So I had to end up using a debit card. And it ended up with them taking, you pay that deposit, which sometimes is as much as, or a nominal deposit, as much as €1,000, £1,000 or whatever, as like the cover for the car that you end up paying, but it never gets taken off your card. So I paid this money. And then I looked at my account on the day before I was leaving the island and looked, and they'd taken the money. And I'd given this car back about 4 or 5 days before and gone elsewhere on another island, come back, different hire car company. And this was the first one I'd used. But I was like, you've just taken my money from me. Now, look, they did pay it back, and it wasn't an issue. And it didn't take that long. It took 4 or 5 days. And they clearly were aware of the issue once I raised it, and it was sorted out. But it's that thing that you think, I've been duped. I've been done. So isn't it? It's one of those that you feel that it just makes you wary of dealing with hire car companies. And look, I'm sure there's many good ones, and all the ones I've dealt with are great, but there always feels like that happens sometimes. Then the other thing is you pay a fee, and I do offer my booking of hire cars through booking.com. And I'm now starting to review whether I do that, because you get there and you find, well, you need to pay this and you need to pay that, which is not within Booking's deal. And you know what it's like? You're tired, you got off a plane, and you don't know what to do. But, I went to Fuerteventura earlier in the year. Videos are on the channel. Got to the airport and they said, are you going to go off-roading? And the truth was, I wasn't going to drive, ridiculously fast, but I was going to go off-roading. So I was like, well, I'm thinking about it. And they said, well, we recommend using a higher wheelbase car. Now, I know that means that's going to make a bit more money, for the company. And they were right, a higher wheelbase car made sense. One of the videos that I did going across to the less populated side of the island, down the south over this high pass on the roads, it made complete sense. Like, I could see it. But once again, it's another case of paying more than I expected to, paying more money than I thought I would for a hire car. So you're then thinking, well, what do I do next? So I then went to the Baltic states recently, arrived in Vilnius at about 9 o'clock in the evening, 9:30 in the evening. And I walked around to the hire car place. It was and it was like, there's a late fee. Is there? Okay. I mean, it wasn't that late, but there's a late fee. Right. Then there's the border crossing fees. Now, in truth, I hold my hands up here. I should have seen it, because it did say it in the fine print. And it was like, I think it was about 250 euros, 200 euros, something like that. One to go into Tallinn, one to go into Estonia. But then there was a cleaning fee as well. And they said, well, you can clean the car yourself. And I'm not being funny. After 4 days of driving, or 3 days of driving through Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, I wasn't going to clean the car. You can imagine in September, it's covered in mosquitoes. There's loads of mess all over it. The inside of the car wasn't that bad. I wasn't making a mess. But once again, I paid more. And then there was a whole thing about using their insurance rather than Booking's insurance. So I don't know. This is where I am with hire cars, really. I'm thinking, what should I be doing? What would you do? What do you do? I'm starting to think that it's time to maybe have a deal with a rental company, go with one of the big ones, be on one of their loyalty programs. Does that benefit me? And I'm open to suggestions. Like I said, I'm going to be going somewhere where I'm certainly going to be renting a car in December. I don't know, probably the Canaries or something like that. But what should I do? So if you have any suggestions on that front, then let me know. I hope the whole of this brief live from me, just a first one, so first dip in the toe in the water, has been helpful. I should say as well, this view, if you're wondering, if I can get this to work on me, the view is from one of my future videos, and by the power of the internet, I should hopefully, there you go, I can move myself out of the way. And that's a fantastic view that I had from a cable car, or once I got up at the top of a cable car with a look out across central Norway. I'm sure those surroundings are not quite as green as that now at this time of year. But yeah, so that's in one of the future videos that I will be there. I have I've reappeared. There you go. Anyway, so I think that's probably about it from me from this. I know it's been quite brief, this live and a stream. And yeah, it's hopefully the first of many that I'm going to do. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what the channel has been doing, where we're going to be going in the future of the channel. And I'm also, like I said, I'm looking for any helpful comments that you might have about dealing with car rentals and the like. So hopefully catch you soon. Take care.